Hey everybody, and good Thursday evening, and welcome back to Weather for Weather Geeks. It is May 21st, and what a May 21st we had today. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. Clouds are starting to increase this evening, but boy, what a spectacular May day today. After a seasonably cool start this morning, it got up to 76 this afternoon. 50 this morning, 76 this afternoon. Overall, a little bit of an overachiever temperature-wise. We had 72 in our forecast as of yesterday, but it did, again, overachieve a little bit with that wall-to-wall sunshine we had today. Another great day to check out the low-orbiting visible satellite picture of our region. Of course, this is Lake Erie. Down here is Pymatuning, and here's Mosquito Lake. And boy, it was just a couple of weeks ago when I showed one of these high-res visible satellites that the landscape was still a little bit brown across our area. It's nice to see it good and green as we go through the second half of May. Clouds were off to our west today, and those clouds continue to produce some kind of lousy weather in central and southern Ohio, but much like the rest of the week, we really benefited from our location and proximity to that cutoff low pressure system. I'm going to show you that on the satellite in just a moment. Now, we're a month away from the top of the curve here as far as day length goes. Of course, at the beginning of astronomical summer on June 21st, it's our longest day of the year, the day with the most daylight. We're nearing the top of the curve, but we still have a month to go to pick up some daylight at the end of the day and the start of the day as well. And then, believe it or not, of course, the days start getting a little bit shorter in just a little over a month, slowly but surely at first. And then, of course, that process accelerates some later in the summer and into the fall season. Clouds are starting to increase this evening, but again, for most of the day, it was cloudy to our south and west. Cambridge, Zanesville, Columbus, Mansfield, New Philly. But the northeastern part of Ohio has been the place to be over the last few days. Northwest PA as well. This upper low is still spinning over parts of Kentucky and Tennessee, but it's starting to finally jog off to the north. And that northward jog is what's bringing in the clouds this evening and will bring the chance for showers to our area later on tonight, heading into the day tomorrow. So high-res FUTURECAST showing us what the radar should look like as we go through the next 18 hours. Showers may arrive as early as 3 or 4 in the morning, and as you perhaps get up and head off to work Friday morning, there'll be a couple of showers around. And while tomorrow is not a washout, it's going to be a cloudier day, certainly, and there can be the occasional passing shower. I can't totally 100% rule out a late-day thunder shower. Real small chance of that. Now, I think we're going to dry things out Friday night. Now, as we head into the day on Saturday, the start of the extended holiday weekend, I think this is a dry day Saturday with a mixed bag of clouds and sun. The day may start with a lot of clouds, but I think we'll see some sun at times. And even though the model tried to spit out a couple of green specks there, I think we are dry to kick off the weekend. Sunday is when our warm front pushes in. It's going to start turning really warm and increasingly humid, especially by Monday. And with that unstable air, there may be some stray showers and storms starting to develop. Maybe as early as Sunday afternoon, but especially as we head into Memorial Day itself on Monday. Notice those afternoon temperatures getting into the 80s as early as Sunday. Once we reach the 80s on Sunday, I think our highs are going to stay there for a long stretch, taking us into next week. Wanted to look at some Memorial Day weather history across our region. Last year was a warm one, but not as hot as 2 years ago. 2018 Memorial Day. Wow, 92 degrees. It was real hot in late May back in 2018. Our Memorial Days have been warm of late. Each of the last 5 have been several degrees warmer than average, which is about 70 or so. Of course, Memorial Day falls on a different date each year, depending on when that last Monday of the month falls on. But average highs in late May are all in the lower 70s. So 2 years ago, we had our warmest Memorial Day since 1971 here locally. The coolest high temperature was back in 1996, when the high that day was just 55 degrees. Check out the dew points as we go through time here. It's really going to start turning muggy by Memorial Day on Monday, and that July-like air mass is going to stick around through the end of next week. It's really going to feel like summer. There goes our upper level low getting off the playing field, and this ridge has been looking stronger and stronger on the modeling over the last day or two, so we've taken up our temperature forecast. We've increased those dew points for next week, and so, again, real taste of summer through the end of next week. Now, this animation stops on the 29th, which is next Friday. Notice the jet stream starting to dip a little bit farther to the south near the U.S.-Canadian border by next Friday. I do think there'll be a cold front that comes in at some point next weekend, and as we get set to flip the calendar into June, a little cooler, a little more seasonable, a little more comfortable, I think, for the first few days of June. By the way, Today, the Climate Prediction Center put out their updated meteorological summer forecast, June, July, August, showing a kind of a neutral looking signal for a lot of the upper Midwest and into the mid-Mississippi Valley, but odds are favoring a warmer than average summer in much of the West, much of the South, much of the East Coast, and around here. If you were placing bets, I would place the money on it being a warmer than average summer overall. As far as precipitation goes, now the odds are not as strong, but still there is at least decent odds of a wetter than average summer. But this signal doesn't look as strong as the temperature signal. In other words, there's higher confidence in that temperature outlook than the precipitation outlook. So another pretty warm summer looks pretty likely here in 2020. That'll do it for me tonight. There'll be no weather for Weather Geeks on Friday as I'm off tomorrow. I'll be back here on Monday. On Memorial Day, though, we'll take a fresh look at the rain chances next week, as well as the building heat and humidity. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Thursday night and have a good Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.